Hello everyone, I have made this video to explain the concepts behind taking structural measurements in the field. In this video, we'll see the basic concept of measuring structures in the field. We'll see the British and the American right-hand rules and how they apply. We'll see how we can take structural measurements using the deep and deep direction method, and the conversion of data from British right-hand rule to deep direction, and the American right-hand rule to deep direction deep. So collecting structural information can be done using two ways. There is the right-hand rule, whereby you will express your data in strike and dip, and the other method is using the deep direction, then dip, and you will express your data in deep direction. But did you know that there are two right-hand rules? There is the first rule, which is called the British right-hand rule, and the second one is American right-hand rule. So what you should note is that let's see, this is the direction. We start counting the degrees from north clockwise. So for both right-hand rule and deep direction, we count the readings from the north. So the values with reference to the north increase clockwise. All strikes and dips direction measurement start from the north. See, strike, for example, if I want to measure a strike, I will start from the north arrow, which will be 0, and I will go clockwise, and the angles will increase as I go. So it's 90, 180, 270, and 360, or 0. So let's see what the British and American right-hand rules are. So the British right-hand rule uses the right hand. The index finger points to the deep direction. You see the index finger. So we have made an assumption that these are the beds, and they are dipping in this direction. So this is the deep direction and the strike. So the index finger points in the deep direction, and this is the angle of dip, and this is strike. So how do you put your compass? For example, I'm using Sunto. Putting my compass, I will put the compass in such a way that I can read the strike, which is in the strike direction. So you see, I put the compass where I can read the strike in the strike direction. But with American right-hand rule, which is sometimes called the right arm rule, so it's the same, uses the right hand, but the index finger now points toward the strike. You see, in the British right-hand rule, the index finger points towards the dip, but in American right-hand rule, the index finger points towards the strike. The thumb points towards the deep direction. You see this, the thumb here points towards the deep direction. So in American right-hand rule, if I'm using the compass Sunto, you see the Sunto will point towards the strike, which means let me see in plan. In the British right-hand rule, You see, this is your north, and this is the dip direction, and this is the strike. And this is how I put my hand. But using you see the angle, you start measuring the angle from north, coming this way. But with American right hand rule, you see, the thumb points towards the dip direction, and the index finger points towards the strike. And you see now, the strike will be all this. You see this, the yellow line, the yellow circle coming to where the strike is, using the American right hand rule. So this is how you put your sunto. For British right hand rule, you will put it like this. Where you want to take your reading will be pointing towards the strike. In this case, the strike was this direction. You see the way the hand is. In the British right hand rule, we see that the finger, the thumb points towards the strike direction, and the index finger points towards the dip. So the reading here will be 120. You see, if I start counting from north, here is 90, so it should be 120 somewhere here. But with American right hand rule, if I start reading from north, see, because the index finger points towards the strike, if I start reading from north, then I'll go clockwise. It's 90, 180, 270. So it's 300. You see what happens here. There's a difference of 180 between the American and the British right hand rule. So if someone gives me the data in American, which have been taken in using American right hand rule, what I will do is subtract 180 to convert them into British right hand rule. Same if someone gives me the data in taken by British right hand rule, I'll just add 180 to convert them to American right hand rule. So there's another way where someone can express where someone can take readings and record the readings in using the dip direction method. So in this case, you express your data using the direction of the dip of the either bedding or any structure or foliations, any structures that you are be it faulting or shear or anything. So in this case, for example, the British, so in this case, you see, this will be the dipping direction, and this is the dip, the angle of dip. This would have been the strike, but we are not taking strike measurements. We are taking dip direction measurements. Therefore, in this case, our beds are dipping in this direction. Therefore, the angle here will be, you will start counting from north, 0, 90, 180, then it should be somewhere here, which is 210. See, very simple. So if someone gives me data in British data taken by British right hand rule, what I'll do to convert them into dip direction dip, I will just add 90. And if someone gave me the data collected using American right hand rule, to convert them into dip direction and dip, I will just subtract 90. So note, if you are using the British right hand rule to convert the readings to dip direction dip, just add 90 to the strike. If you are using American right hand rule to convert the reading to deep direction deep, subtract 90 from the strike. The deep angle does not change during these conversions. If you like my video, just press like. You can share it with your friends and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and don't miss the next video, which will show you how to plot the structural information in map info and ArcMap. Thank you.